Welcome to Jumping into Juniors, progression from Brownie to Junior Girl Scouts. My name is Sarah Riley. I'm the Volunteer and Troop Support Specialist for the junior age level. I work out of the Bedford office, but I'm available by phone or email for any of your questions or concerns. I am looking forward to getting to know all of you and working with you. We're going to start off by talking about who a junior Girl Scout is. They're typically in 4th and 5th grade, usually 10 and 11 years old. They're unique, they have their own personality, they're fun, they're eager, they're funny, they love learning at this age, and Girl Scouts is a really great opportunity for them to grow and learn. Some of their physical characteristics. They're going to start experiencing changes in their body shape, and they're going to start gaining weight as their bodies get ready for puberty. And some have improved coordination from when they're younger. And so you're going to want to encourage healthy snacks and them to stay physically active, which usually isn't a problem since they are always on the go and up and moving and want to do things. Some of their intellectual characteristics. They're alert, poised, and concerned with fads. They argue logically. They will begin to show talents, and they have many interests of short duration. So we want to encourage them to use logic in their thinking and problem solving, provide experiences in music, art, and lots of other interests that the girls express. Their emotional characteristics. They're concerned with style. They're casual but relaxed. At this age, they start to like their privacy, and their main worries and concerns are school and peer relationships. So we're going to want to recognize girls' clothes and hairstyles as her own style. We're going to provide reassurance to girls that they're developing just the way they should be and that everybody's unique. Some troops even do like a Proud to Be Me event at this age. They continue to provide positive opportunities for girls to develop relationships with each other through the troop experience. It's also important to emphasize be a sister to every Girl Scout. Some tips for supporting positive behavior. Set limits. Give positive, polite direction in speech. Don't expect every girl to do every project. Rejoice in all achievements, large or small. Sometimes girls struggle with things and you want to encourage them and celebrate whatever they are able to accomplish. You're going to help each girl develop positive feelings about herself. Let the girls solve problems, and you want to let them ask for help and let them lead. You're going to definitely encourage respect for themselves, for others, for the places that you're visiting. You're going to focus on their talents and their skills. You're going to want to not focus on the problems. Involve their families. They're really excellent resources for you to learn different things, go different places. They're great resources. Allow each girl to learn by experiencing things herself, and encourage group projects. It's important to be part of a group. Problems and conflicts are always a part of any troop or group activity, so you want to have some things in your back pocket that are going to help you deal with conflict resolution, such as mediation, where each girl has a chance to tell her side of the story without interruption, and the girls try to develop some possible solutions, and then they work together to choose one of those solutions. Then there's active listening, where you or one of the girls restates and paraphrases what each girl involved in the conflict has said. You want to use phrases such as, "It sounds like you said," or "Do you mean?" They can lead to the main reason for the conflict so it can be quickly resolved, and so you can move on to do something way more fun than conflict resolution. Also, another tip that we use a lot is role reversal. It can help the girls to see the conflict from each other's point of view. You're going to want to ask each girl to state the point of view of the other person involved. Some additional things about conflict resolution. Skillful listening. The way you and the girls listen and speak to each other is also important in resolving conflict. So, do they look at each other when they're talking? Do you listen actively, like nodding your head and acknowledging that you're hearing what somebody else is saying? Do you wait to give a girl a chance to answer you? Are they interrupting each other a lot? Does your body language and facial expressions agree with what you're saying? Do the girls understand that put downs are not allowed in the group or in meetings? This is something that's really important. It's important to outline, set guidelines and say, these are the things that we think are acceptable. These are the things that we don't think are acceptable. What happens when it's my daughter? Sometimes the most challenging child you deal with is your own. And here are some tips that we've come up with that can help you deal with that. You're going to use a caper chart so that everyone has a job. That way you and your daughter aren't the ones always stuck at the end of the meeting cleaning up or stuck doing everything. This way everyone has a responsibility and they know what they're supposed to be doing. If you're planning a surprise for your troop, make sure that you keep it a surprise for your daughter too. That way she can be surprised along with everybody else. Don't expect your daughter's behavior to be any different from any of the other girls. Often you're really focused on what your daughter is doing more so than what the other girls are doing, and you are kind of on her to be the best that she can be. And one thing that we have realized is a really excellent thing is that co-leaders often switch daughters for the meeting. So you're focusing on your co-leader's daughter and your co-leader is focusing on your daughter. That way everybody is being taken care of and you're not so focused on your daughter that you don't see other things that are happening, and you can also enjoy the meeting more that way. Sensitive issues are often something that comes up because Girl Scouts is a safe place for girls to grow, share, and learn. Because of that, there are many times when girls can bring up issues that can be considered sensitive or controversial. Unfortunately, there's no definitive list of what these subjects are, but in general, they're highly personal subjects such as human sexuality, religious beliefs, cultural and family values, child abuse, suicide, teen pregnancy are just a few examples. You want to use your good judgment and be considerate of what those sensitive issues are, and that what's sensitive to your troop or group may not be what's considered sensitive to another group. A lot of those subjects can become controversial if handled inappropriately. And when they are brought up, encourage the girls to talk to proper resource people such as family members, religious leaders, or appropriate experts or school counselors. And there are special resource consultants that are often used to deliver programs on sensitive issues. Make sure to have parents sign a permission slip to participate in any of those activities. How do I lead junior Girl Scouts? In Scouts, it's all about progression. So when they're daisies, a lot of the planning comes from the leaders, and as they get older, the girls start to participate more in the planning and the implementing of what they're doing. And so as juniors, you're there to guide them and make sure that they're making safe choices. Running a junior meeting. It's all about the girl and adult partnership. When you allow the girls to be active planners and decision makers, their confidence and self-esteem grow. You're going to want to use non-judgmental active listening and allow the girls to do most of the talking. You're also going to want to allow the girls to take the lead in planning and implementing their activities that they choose to do as a group. Your role is as a facilitator to ask questions, to guide their thinking, and to ensure the girls are making safe choices. Troop finances. At this stage, unless you're a brand new troop, you should have a bank account set up, and you should have 3 signers and a debit card or checks for your troop. That way you can spend the funds that your girls are working really hard to earn. And at this stage, the juniors are going to begin to understand budgeting and finances. They're going to decide how to spend their money or how to save their money. They need to know if they are going to plan how to spend their funds, if they're saving up to go to Savannah, or if they decide to do a bunch of little trips throughout the year. That's totally up to the girls. You're going to want to make sure you're taking everyone in the troop's opinions into consideration, and be sure to submit your paperwork to council on time in the fall and at the end of the year. Use your resources wisely. You're going to want to encourage your girls to use their resources, so you as a leader are also going to want to use your resources. There are journeys and journey boxes. There are 3 journeys for the junior age level, and the journey boxes are something you can borrow from the lending library. I'll talk about those a little later. There's the Girls Guide to Girl Scouting, which is pictured here on the slide. There are skill building sets, one badge set for each journey. There are GSGWM activities, things that we sponsor here as a council. You can find those on our website. There are patch programs. We have tons of patch programs. Just a few are Jump to Journey, Maple Syruping, Apple Quest, Operation Snowflake. Those can also be found on our website. And the Volunteer Toolkit, or the VTK as we commonly call it, is a really excellent resource that we're going to talk about a little further. The Volunteer Toolkit. It's a really great resource, and you can access it on our website with your email and your password. You're going to go to the My GS tab, just like I took a little screenshot so you guys can see. You're going to access it with your email and your password. If you don't have that, then you can email or give us a call and we can reset it for you. And when you log in, you're going to choose from 2 journey year options. There's only Get Moving and Amuse in the Volunteer Toolkit. Or you can also create your own year plan. If you don't want to do a journey, that's totally fine. You can put in badge options and create your own plan. So we're going to look at is as if you had chosen the Amuse journey. So this is in the Volunteer Toolkit. You've clicked specify dates and locations to put in the dates your troop meets and what time your troop meets. And you've also picked the Amuse journey. And this year plan view will show you all of your meetings and what you're going to work on at each meeting. The really great thing about this view is that you can move around the things that you're going to do at each meeting, or if you're going on a field trip, you can put that in so you know you're not going to be at your regular meeting space. If you want to do Speak Out Part 1 before Reach Out, then that's totally up to you and your girls. Then this meeting plan looks specifically at what's happening on the April 25th meeting. It's Reach Out Part 1. It tells you what materials you're going to need. It also gives you suggested communications. You can send meeting reminders to parents. You can record your attendance and achievements. So you can say Susie was there, Samantha wasn't there. And then this next slide, that's a little bit further down, it also shows you meeting aids, so you can print out everything you're going to need prior to your meeting. And then it gives you an agenda. It breaks down what's happening for each section of the meeting. And this, again, just like the year plan, you can drag and drop to redo the way your meeting happens. Or if you want to add something in, or if you want to take something out, all of that can happen right here from this screen. If you were to click on one of the meeting segments from the previous slide, this is what it would look like in the VTK. It blows up that one particular section and tells you how to prepare ahead, get help from your friends and family. It gives you step-by-step instructions that are really excellent, that make it really easy to do the different parts. So now we're going to look at the record attendance and achievements section that I had talked about. It looks like. So it lists out each girl in your troop, and you can check off if she was at that meeting, and then you can also check off that she completed that activity and she's, finished that achievement. So you'll know that Taylor was at the meeting and Taylor completed the activity, but unfortunately Laura wasn't at the meeting. So then you can email Laura's parents and say, this is what you missed, this is what you need to do in order to catch up with everybody else. And then once she's done that, you can go back in and say that she completed the achievement. It's also, the volunteer toolkit is also a great way to communicate with parents. You can email troop members and keep parents informed of what the girls are doing in Girl Scouts, and more importantly, how the parents can help you. So this looks at the My Troop tab of the volunteer toolkit. It will list out all the girls in your troop and their parents' name and their email and their phone number, and you can click to email all of the girls at once, and you can send reminder emails about what's upcoming at the next meeting. And the great thing about the volunteer toolkit is that it builds these reminder emails for you, and then it tells the parents where, when, what time, and it gives tips about what they can talk about with their girls before the meeting happens, and then this is what they're going to talk about at the meeting. And it also is really helpful in case your daughter is sick and she misses the meeting, then at least the parents know what's going on. It's also a great way to email your troop parents with general information, or if you need to call Susie's mom to follow up on cookie money, it gives you her phone number. You can also attach important documents to these parent emails, such as health form or permission slips, all of those great beginning of the year things you can attach right to this email and have the parents just email it right back to you. Renewing your troop membership is also something that you can do in the volunteer toolkit. It makes it really easy to renew all the girls in your troop, and you can also make sure that your current girls are listed and registered correctly. So right now in this screenshot, you can see that it says current year in the top right corner. On the next slide, we're going to look at how you would change it to next year to renew for the next year's membership. So on here, you can see that we've changed the drop down to say next year. And in this case, it's the 2017 membership year. And so it lists out all the girls in your troop, and it's time to renew. So you're going to choose renew as the drop down. And then at the bottom, you can click next and then pay for everyone all at the same time using the troop account. It makes it really, really easy. This is a great thing to show the girls at the first or one of the first meetings. That way they can see everything that juniors can do. They can look at the 3 journeys, which are on the left, and you can talk about each one a little bit, and they can circle to vote which one they think they want to do. In the middle are the badge sets, and then on the right are some more of the badges. That way they can circle which ones they're interested in. And then it also shows them the girls' guide, the leader handbook, and the bronze award insert. It's a really excellent view of all the things that they can look forward to doing. The journeys. If you completed a journey as a brownie, then you're already a pro at it. There are 3 journeys for the juniors. There's Agent of Change, Get Moving, and Amuse. You can do 1, you can do 2. If you're really ambitious, you can complete all of them. You can purchase the books in the store, or you can purchase them online if you'd like from our website or from GSUSA. The VTK, like we looked at, will show you the step-by-step instructions to complete the journey if you so choose. There are also journey boxes, which are available to borrow from the lending library with most of the resources that you need. And as you can see, I've pictured one of the Amuse journey boxes. And they're really helpful and fun. And if you don't want to do a journey, you don't need to do a journey. It's totally up to what the girls want to do. The Bronze Award is the junior age level highest award. It's the first of the 3 highest awards. It goes bronze, silver, then gold. It includes a 20-hour team project, and it has to be completed and submitted to me by September 30th of the start of your 6th grade year. For more information, you can be sure to attend one of the Bronze Award webinars, or if you have specific questions about your Bronze Award that you're already working on, you can email customercare@girlscoutsdwm.org. Creative side trips. They're really important, and you want to ask the girls what they want to do, what they want to learn, where they want to go, and brainstorm together or in small groups depending on the size of your troop. You can reach out to your local resources for places to visit, You can use your journey book to give you and the girls ideas of places they can visit locally to bring the journey experience to life. You always make sure to check the safety activity checkpoints and use the quick trip checklist as a guide to planning your trips. In addition, Girl Scouts can start to plan longer trips and more involved trips. If you're going to plan longer overnight trips that are further away from home and take more time to save funds and budget for, you know your troop best, so make those decisions as a group. And also remember that any trip longer than 2 nights or outside New England or upstate New York are considered extended trips, and there is extra paperwork for those trips. If you're staying domestically, it's 4 to 6 months prior to your trip, and if you're traveling internationally, then we need paperwork a year in advance. A lot of places locally do really great side trips. Like in Manchester, New Hampshire, there's Van Otis chocolates. If your girls love chocolate, I don't know who doesn't. You can contact your local pizza place, your local grocery store, or look at what your family members do. They are also really great opportunities for the girls to learn different activities. Maybe Susie's dad is a firefighter. You could all go down to the firehouse. Or somebody else's mom is a police officer. There are lots of really great learning opportunities, and you don't necessarily have to look very far. WALDO is one of the great acronyms that we really like here around the office. It's weather, activity, location, duration, and organization. So weather, you're going to anticipate the weather conditions and plan accordingly. Something I like to recommend is always to keep emergency rain ponchos in your first aid kit. Since you always have your first aid kit, you'll always have rain ponchos. That way if you get caught, you're still going to be dry. Activity. What do you need to complete your activity? Do you need something special to wear? Do you need to make sure that you have soccer balls or something else like that? Make sure you're having everything together before you leave to your location. Make sure you're also planning for location, what to do on the way to your location, and let the girls plan activities for on the way. And duration, how long are you going to be there? How long will it take to get there? So make sure the duration of your trip affects how much stuff the girls will need to bring with them. Organization. As you plan with the girls, keep in mind the who, what, where, when, and how of the activity. Assign each girl jobs and let them know what to expect. Make sure to review with the girls the safety and emergency plan, assign buddies, and teach them to count off. Counting off really helps. That way, if you're missing number 3, you know who you're missing really quickly. And make sure you make them aware of meeting times for departure. PI is also another acronym that we really like, and I like to start with the E, which is evaluate, because I feel like it's something that's often forgotten, something that people don't really take the time to do. So even if you're evaluating how it went in the car on the way home from wherever you were, that's a great way to kind of get a feeling for how the girls feel like it went. Did they plan well? Did they forget something? Or you can always do it at your next meeting. So I'm going to continue going backwards. I is implement. You're going to get out there and have fun and do whatever it is that you've spent time planning, and it's a blast. And then P is planning. The girls should be doing the planning. They should be the ones with the pen and paper or the computer planning out where they're going, what they want to do, what they want to see, what their goals are for learning while they're implementing whatever it is that they've planned. So that's PI. These are some additional resources that I really like. The GSGWM website, which is our website. You can sign up for activities. You can sign up for Farnsworth Weekend. You can sign up for summer camp. You can check out what's happening at our council. All that great stuff is on our website. There's the GSUSA website, which is our national website. It has journey maps. It has journey side trips. You can design your own badge if you want. All that good stuff is on the girlscouts.org website. Then there's scoutingweb.com, which has really great songs, games, ceremonies. If you're looking for an activity to do, really great ideas all on scoutingweb.com. Pinterest.com. I could spend hours on looking up swap ideas or craft ideas. My husband usually chases me off of it. All really great, awesome ideas on Pinterest. Your community team, they're there to help you. They have lots of experience doing things that you might be learning to do. If you have questions, make sure you go to them. They're there to help you. And of course, your council staff, myself, and the rest of my team here, we're all here to support you. Feel free to contact any of us with any of your questions. There's our phone number, 888-474-9686, or you can email customercare@girlscoutsgwm.org. The customer care team will help get you to whoever it is that you need for help. I appreciate you taking the time to watch Jumping into Juniors. I, again, am Sarah Riley. That's the number to our office if you have any questions. You want to make sure you're encouraging your girls to ask questions. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to call or email us. I'm really looking forward to getting to know all of you and working with you. And come by and say hi. Thank you so much.